What's up, guys? Welcome back, or the first time here, welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this look. It's super quick, like very quick, very easy, and pretty natural looking. It's really great when you are in a rush in the morning and you want to look a little bit put together, but you have zero time to actually do that. I show you guys a few tips and tricks on how to just get your makeup done as efficiently as possible. And I also am so excited because today's video is in partnership with Glossier. I am going to be using some of the new Lid Star liquid eyeshadows. I'm so excited to be working with Glossier. It's a brand that I have loved for a very long time. Let me know what you guys do in the morning when you're in a rush but you need to look good. Like, what's your go-to trick? I would really love to know. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and of course subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this and you'd like to join the fam, because the fam's pretty great. Would love to have you. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first things first, we're gonna start off with my primer slash sort of skincare. I'm gonna be taking this Pixi Skin Treats Rose Flash Balm. This is actually a really cool product because it's sort of like a 3-in-1. It says that it is a moisturizer, a primer, as well as a mask, which is sort of confusing when you think about it, because how could a primer also be a mask? But if you put a really thick layer of this, it's apparently supposed to just like really hydrate your skin. But if you put a normal amount on your face, then it's rather supposed to act as like a moisturizer slash primer. So I'm just gonna take about that much and I'm gonna apply this all over my face. And what I really like about this primer is that it's really nice and thick, so it feels like it moisturizes my skin really nicely, and it just glides over all of those like dry areas, so everything that I put on top of it just sits so much nicer. Even if you are in a rush, I would definitely not skip your skincare. Like, if you're going to forget anything, don't let it be your skincare, because if your skin is just nicely prepped and nicely moisturized, it's gonna make everything else that you apply on top of it look so much better. So now moving on to foundation. Now you would think that like if you're in a rush, putting on more of a full coverage foundation is more time saving because you're covering up more with less product, and that could be the case. However, I do really feel like more full coverage foundations are a little bit more difficult to work with because it's so full coverage. It's way less forgiving, so you almost have to finesse it into your skin just a little bit more and like put more time into making it look good. But if you take something that is more on the light coverage side, I feel like it's way more forgiving. It's way faster to apply because you don't really have to worry about making it look perfect because you're not blanking out your whole entire face. But sometimes, even on days where I'm in a rush, I feel like I want a little bit more coverage. So those are the days that I take my medium or full coverage foundation and I sort of just use it in a way that, you know, doesn't look so full coverage, but it still covers up everything that I want it to be covered. So for that technique, I really like taking stick foundations. Today I'm going to be taking my Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick, and to apply this I'm going to be taking this fluffy brush. This is my Morphe G40. I've been using this thing like to death lately. It's so nice because it's really nice and small and fluffy, so it works well for your whole entire face, but it also works well for your concealer. So if you're in a rush, you don't need to like rummage through your brush collection looking for another brush that would work also for your concealer. This sort of does both, which is great. And it's also not a beauty blender, because the worst thing when you're in a rush is going to dampen your beauty blender. So what I like to do to sort of sheer out this type of foundation, I just take my fluffy brush and sort of just dab it into the foundation like that. And then I will just apply this only in the areas where I feel like I need the coverage. So typically that's sort of in the center of my face. So I'll sort of just like tap it in that area and then basically take whatever is left over on my brush and just sort of feather it out so that, you know, there's not like a color difference or anything. And that creates like the most perfect finish, and it's so quick and easy to do. Now, this is sort of like a really silly tip, but finding a foundation that matches your face perfectly is like the key for getting out the door quickly. Because if you use a foundation that's either too light for you or too dark for you, you're gonna spend like way too much time trying to almost correct that by blending it halfway down your body so that it matches. I've been there. It's like the most annoying thing. So no matter how much time I have in the morning, concealer is something I will never ever skip. So today I'm gonna be using my Colourpop No Filter Concealer and just pop it underneath my eyes. Don't really have any particular like tips for this, but I just like to highlight a little bit just because it doesn't really take that much more time, and I find that it does make a difference in the end. And I'm taking the same brush like I said, and I'm just gonna pat this underneath my eyes. Now I'm going to take my bronzer. This is my Becca bronzer in Capri Coast, one of my favorites. This is more of like a glowy bronzer, and I'm using more of a glowy bronzer for a reason. Because if you're really in a pinch and you don't have a lot of time to spare, then just bronzing your face I think is a really important step, especially if you want to skip blush or highlighter, especially after you just like blanked everything out with foundation. It's really nice to add some shape and color back into it, and I feel like bronzer just does that so well. And because this powder does have a little bit of a sheen, if you don't have time to go in with a highlighter, that's totally okay, because this does give your skin a little bit of a glow. So it's sort of like everything in one. It's a nice little compromise. So I'm just taking this Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm just gonna very lightly bronze / sculpt the face, just in like the cheekbone area, temples, jawline. So for my blush today, I'm going to take this Jouer Duo, and this is in the shade Flirt. And I'm going to take Kiss Me, which is this really, really bright pink. Now, if you are going to apply blush, I feel like going brighter is always a little bit better, especially when you are wearing more minimal makeup, because it will just liven up your face even more and just give that like life to your cheeks. So I'm going to just take this Kat Von D powder brush and just pop this right on the apples of my cheeks. There we go. So I'm actually not going to apply highlighter today, and I know that's almost like a sin in the beauty community. It's wild and crazy, but the reason why I'm not applying highlighter is because I feel like it's not always necessary. Highlighter is almost like sprinkles on top of the sundae. The sundae is still so delicious. Sprinkles make it even more delicious, but are sprinkles always necessary? Not always. In the end, it just saves you time from grabbing another brush and grabbing another product. And I feel like because of the primer that we used, it gave my skin a really pretty glow. Like it looks like I'm wearing highlighter on my face already. So we are skipping it today. Let that sink in. So for my brows today, I'm going to be taking my Nudestix Eyebrow Stylus Pencil and Gel. This is a really great product if you're the type of person who's always last minute, because this has two products in one, and they're both products that you obviously use one after the other. You have your brow pencil on one end, and then on the other end you've got your brow gel. If I'm really lacking time, I will just put some brow gel through my brows. I won't even bother filling them in today. Just for the sake of it, I will fill them in. So for the eyes today, I'm going to be using the new Glossier Lid Star liquid eyeshadows. This one in particular is in the shade Cub, which is this really pretty like rosy pink. It's impossible to like do your eyeshadow when you're in a rush getting ready in the morning, because it takes way too much time. You need too many brushes, you need too many products, and it's a time suck, just like the eyebrows. So what's really great about a product like this is that it's super easy to use. It takes one step. You don't need to go in with like 30 different products, 30 different brushes. You just swipe it on your lid, you blend it out with your finger, and then you're good to go. And because it is like a really pretty multi-dimensional color, it will look like you actually put way more time into your eye makeup than you actually did, because it won't just look like a simple, boring, solid color. It's gonna have a lot of really pretty soft glitter and sheen to it, which will just make your eyes pop. You also do not need an eye primer with this stuff. You could just pop it on and that's it. So I'm going to just go ahead and swipe this all over my lid, going from the inner corner of my eye up until my crease and to the outer corner, basically everywhere. And then before it sets down, I just like to take my finger and sort of just like pull at the edge. And this product is super easy to manipulate, and it's actually really cool because it dries down to more of a powdery finish. So when you actually do try and blend it out, it blends. It doesn't just like smear all over the lid. So I'm just sort of diffusing that edge so that it doesn't look harsh. And you can see you're left with just like a really pretty glossy eye look. And what I love so much about this type of color, you guys, is the fact that it will make every single eye color pop, because it has those like pink undertones. It's gonna make brown eyes pop, blue eyes pop, green eyes pop. So even though it's very subtle, it's still gonna make your eyes stand out. We're almost done, so now I'm gonna go into my mascara. Today I'm gonna be taking my Stila Huge. So last but not least, for the lips, I'm gonna be taking the Glossier Generation G lipstick. This one is in the shade Crush. This is a really cool formula because it's sheer, but it's also matte. So it gives a really natural effect, since it literally just looks like your lips are naturally stained, because it doesn't have that gloss and because it's also sheer, so it's just like a really natural lip product and it's really perfect for a look like this. So this shade is going to look really good because it's going to also complement the eyes as well as the cheeks, sort of like a monochromatic look. So I'm just going to put a little bit in the center of my lips and then blend it out with my finger. So then that finishes off the whole entire look. Super simple, pretty natural looking, takes zero time. If you're not chatting like I am, this could take you between 5 to 7 minutes, like for sure. If you're just like in the game, you're in the zone, putting on your makeup, you can get this done. So guys, that is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Once again, thank you so much to Glossier for partnering up with me in today's video. And that is it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.